A rivalry renewed on CBS. The 117th meeting of the Apple Cup. Washington clashing with Washington State. Huskies have won 4 straight Apple Cups in Pullman. Opening drive for the Huskies, just outside the red zone. Damon Williams Jr. to Denzel Boston. 29-yard touchdown. Huskies up 7-0. One of 2 touchdowns in this game for Boston. Next Washington drive. 3rd and 3. Just outside the red zone off an INT. Williams, sweep right. 23-yard touchdown scamper. 14-0 Huskies. Mid-second, 14-7 Washington. Williams under pressure. Finds a wide-open Jonah Coleman. He avoids the tackle. Slips it. Takes it down the sideline. 45-yard gainer. 2 plays later. Give it to Coleman. Give it to Coleman. Absolute beast. FBS leading 8th rushing touchdown this season. Huskies up 24-10 at halftime. Washington first half scored on all 4 offensive drives. They've scored on 17 of their last 18 offensive drives. Move ahead to the 4th. Washington State trying to rally. Picked off by Alex McLaughlin. Pick 6, 47 yards. Huskies up 45-24. His second INT of the game. Then after a fumble recovery, Williams short pass to Coleman. Gimme another. And Coleman says night-night. 3rd total touchdown for Coleman. 5th total touchdown for Williams. Huskies win big 59-24 to reclaim the Apple Cup trophy. They've won 5 straight Apple Cups in Pullman. Their 10th win in their last 12 meetings against their rivals in Washington State. It is the most points scored in Apple Cup in school history for Washington. They hang 59 on the board. That's 50 points in back-to-back games for the first time since 2022 with Michael Penix Jr. under center.
Here with Coach Fish and quarterback Damon Williams. Damon, I'll start with you. This is your first ever Apple Cup as the starter, and this team puts up the most points they've ever scored in an Apple Cup. What did it mean to you to be a part of it?
It means a lot, but I really just want to give thanks to God and give thanks to all my teammates, man. We never wavered. The offense, even when they were going back and forth with us, they're a really good team, and, we knew that coming in, and we never wavered. We responded every time we needed to, and we ended up closing out the game.
Coach Fish, you told us that your quarterback had really taken ownership of the offense this season. How did he show that today?
Yeah, I mean, the guy's fantastic. And I guess the country saw it a little bit tonight. But he was able to, once again, drive us down every time we had the ball and score. And just proud of him, proud of the way he plays, handles himself amazing on and off the field, prepares, and this is what we get.
Coach, you left your starters in. They got to play the entire game. What kind of statement did this team make in this rivalry?
Yeah, we wanted the Apple Cup back in Seattle. That was the statement.
Thanks, Coach. Damon, I know you all weren't trying to look ahead to this Ohio State game, but what kind of win, what does it do for you guys as you move forward?
It gives us a lot of confidence for sure, but we know we have a lot of stuff we got to work on, and, especially playing the #1 team in the country, we got to be prepared, and we got to come out and play well.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to be prepared because Ohio State's going to get after them. That even on the road in Seattle. So Washington getting to face Ohio State at home. Damon Williams Jr. was fantastic in this game. 386 total yards, 5 total touchdowns. Most consecutive games with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown over the last 10 years in Washington history. He's got a couple of them. That only trails Michael Penix Jr., who's now in the NFL and lighting it up for the Falcons, or at least trying to. Damon Williams Jr., tall task in front of him, trying to break through and knock off the #1 team in the country next week, a game you can see on CBS. Washington and Washington State clashing in the 117th edition of the Apple Cup. The Huskies have now won 5 straight Apple Cups in Pullman. Quarterback Damon Williams Jr., 16 of 19, 298 yards, 5 total touchdowns. Running back Jonah Coleman also had 3 total touchdowns. The Huskies outrushed the Cougars 173-27. Final score 59-25. It was an absolute beatdown in Pullman in a rivalry game. Beanie, this was incredible from what we saw from Washington. What stood out to you?
There's no doubt about it. I mean, the way that this offense played and they kept up pace this entire football game was nothing short of amazing. And then when you watch DeMond Williams, it's like the game is slowing down for him on a big stage. He's going out, commanding the offense, distributing the ball, and let's not forget, he pulls it down and runs it. So I don't think he just passes the ball. He's such a deadly threat on the ground, something you have to account for. And then, in my opinion, their best player, Jonah Hill, is just a straight man. I was sitting there watching the game.
Jonah Hill.
Oh, yeah. Jonah Hill.
Jonah
Coleman.
Shouts to Jonah Hill. Incredible. He could probably run through a hole tonight.
Right. But with Jonah Coleman, we were sitting there talking as we were watching the game, and I was like, man, that dude is huge. He's a tank, hard to bring down. Washington's a tough football team.
That was incredible to see what they did, especially on the ground. DeMond Williams Jr. was sensational. 5 total touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, we talked about before the game started how big it was for Washington that they have a 1-2 punch. It's not just Coleman being able to go on the ground. It's also DeMond Williams giving them a 1-2 punch with the quarterback run game. In this game, what you like to see from Washington is how they finished. They finished emphatically in this game in the fourth quarter when they really blew it open. I mean, Washington State has a chance. They're at home in the third quarter. You never know. Crowd gets up. Things get squirrely in a rivalry spot. Washington said, absolutely not. We're going to shut the door, and we're going to head back to Seattle victors.
This is Washington's first time with back-to-back 50 points since 2022 with Michael Penix Jr. I mean, that's just now you got it. Now you're going to be welcoming in Ohio State, so that's going to be something to see as Washington 59-24 barking against the Cougars, and look, they cover the number. Our Emory Hunt told you to lay the points with Washington. And look, they had scored on 17 straight drives, just making it look easy in a game that was so chippy, in a game that had so much energy as Washington off to a 3-0 start. Let's get back out to Pullman, welcoming the former Rutgers star and 2-time Super Bowl champion, Logan Ryan. Logan, look, this was an incredible game. What you see and what stood out to you most about that offense of Washington?
Guys, they haven't punted since week 1 of college football. They score touchdowns or kneel down. This quarterback is unbelievable. He's the most accurate passer, DeMond Williams, in college football, and he's electric with his feet. They have 2 NFL running backs in their stable. They have a brand new offensive line they got in the portal or transfers or top recruits, and they also have a wide receiver who caught 2 touchdowns who's 6'4". They have all the talent in the world to match up with Ohio State next week.
All right, you took me right there. So this will be the best offense Ohio State has seen all season. Where is the matchup? Because in a matchup like this, the margin for error is so razor thin.
The matchup always between great teams, in my opinion, Washington's a great team, is in the trenches. This offensive line is rebuilt. I talked about top transfers. And they let up the most sacks in the Big Ten last year. That's not what they're doing this year. They're elite. Can Ohio State get pressure on DeMond Williams Jr.? If you do not get pressure on this kid, he will easily pick apart Ohio State's defense. He is that good, that electric with his feet and his arm.
We saw Ohio State clamp down on Arch Manning, right? So why not can they do the same here to DeMond Williams Jr. and frustrate him with the pressure? Because Washington State, with all due respect, was not able to bring the pressure needed to disrupt a guy like DeMond Williams Jr. in that offense.
Go back and watch DeMond Williams tape. Last season when he played sparingly. He was the most accurate passer in college football. This year when he starts, he's the most accurate passer in college football. That is not Arch Manning. DeMond Williams Jr., with all respect to Arch Manning, is playing much better than Arch Manning this year. And by the way, Jonah Coleman is leading the country in rushing touchdowns. So they have a great running back room as well to hand the ball off if it's too much on the young quarterback.
Logan, it sounds like you're calling for the upset. Is that what you're doing right now?
I'm calling for a great game.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's a great game. Washington has not lost at home in a long time. And I think they have their next great quarterback after Michael Penix and all those greats who came there.
It's going to be an incredible game to watch. Looking forward to it next week on CBS. Logan Ryan on the call here as Washington dominates Washington State in the 117th edition of the Apple Cup. Great job on the call, Logan. Good to see you Appreciate you stopping by here with us on HQ.
Appreciate any time.
Good stuff there, talking ball with Logan Ryan. He's ready for that matchup, and so are we. Ohio State, Huskies, and Buckeyes. Oh, my. Ohio State 5-1 all-time against Washington. It's going to be an incredible matchup in Seattle. So, look, this is going to be a tough matchup for Ryan Day and his guys. You got a Washington offense that is coming off of back-to-back 50-point games, going to have to find a way to slow them down. Kickoff 3:30 Eastern on CBS and streaming live on Paramount+.